Here's one thing that absolutely changed the trajectory of my life in my 20s and would recommend for anyone who wants to make their life look a little bit different. For context, I grew up in the Midwest, specifically the Chicago suburbs in Naperville, Illinois. I remember when I was growing up, kind of everyone around me had the same plan. They wanted to go to college, get married, have kids, and then stay in the same exact town they grew up in. And there is absolutely nothing wrong with that life. I just knew that I wanted something different. And Eugene and I talk about this a lot because we grew up in the same hometown. It's weird, but I think a lot of you guys will be able to relate with me because we all have similar like interests and ambitions and are just wired the same way. Even though there was no one around me that was vocalizing dreams, modeling this dream, like somewhere between like my imagination, the things I saw on the internet, like I just knew that I wanted bigger for my life. Like I don't know where that came from, but it was just in me. And I knew that if I wanted more, I was going to have to act and behave and invest differently than other people around me. Like I had to really put in the work. One of the biggest things that I think transformed me and is this belief that your environment is the invisible hand that shapes you. Similar to you are the sum of the five people that you spend time with. But basically, it's really, really hard. You will be heavily, heavily influenced by your environment. And so if you are surrounded by people who gossip and make fun of other people for trying something new or suddenly acting different or putting themselves out there, even if none of that energy is directed towards you, you will subconsciously pick up like it is not safe to act different. It is not safe to try new things. Like it suddenly feels too risky and it will make it harder for you to want to take one step towards your dreams. And so it's really important that not that you ditch those friendships by any means, but that you put yourself in an environment that makes it more nurturing for you to do the thing you want to do or create the environment for yourself. Like ever since I was little, I've always had multiple friend groups. For example, I grew up going to church. And so I had a lot of really good church friends. And we could talk about anything as it related to faith, identity, and purpose. And I also really cared about like my work and my job and being successful in my career. And so when I started corporate, I really sought out corporate friends and people that I could talk about work with in a way that like my church friends couldn't. We talked a lot about ambition and success and like getting promoted or finding the next path. But in addition to that, like I really valued creativity and entrepreneurship and I didn't really have people around me. Really intentionally sought out friends on Instagram who were also really creative and I was like, "Oh my God." Like I remember when I started making creative friends, I couldn't believe it. Like I just felt like the world felt so much bigger to me. We talked about everything related to the craft of art and how to put ourselves out there and how to work our creative muscle and how to do things that really pushed us out of our comfort zone. And sometimes it felt weird, like I was constantly compartmentalizing myself, but also it felt so fulfilling that if you are someone who has a dream for yourself or a goal for yourself and you want to do something that's different, like put yourself in an environment that will help you normalize that or create that environment or make new friendships. And you don't have to get rid of the friendships you currently have because I knew that for my existing friends, whatever facet it was, like I cared about them deeply and they also played a really significant role in my life. But I also knew I needed other groups of friends to talk about other things I was interested in. And so remember that your environment is the invisible hand that shapes you.